One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Let me get this mic going. Trying to get my headphones cracking, and I'm running late as I usually do at about this time. And so, give me a minute. Let me put this stuff on. This is where I can have better ears to hear you with. Let's do this. One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. This is the bare truth. We in the building. Listen, what I'm finna do. You ain't even know they had sparkling juice that came in like little bottles like that, did you? How real is that? All right. You know the routine. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. We are not playing with nobody. There it is. What's going down? Man, listen, I swear, I be having it all together. And then like at the last few minutes, guess what I was doing? Folding up clothes. I'm sitting up, man. I done got some stuff out the dryer, man. And I just like I told y'all, man, I be telling y'all, man, my mind, it thinks different. You know, here it is. I got like 12 minutes to come on live. And instead of throwing my jacket and my shirt and stuff on and prepping like I was supposed to do it, I'm over there folding up clothes. Crazy, man. I got to get myself together. What's going down, everybody? Man, I got a few little different things that's kind of like on my heart. We're gonna definitely get into the podcast, but I don't know. Uh, I'm just gonna throw it out there. December the 16th, surprise birthday party for Scrap turned out not to be a surprise. Fam was getting ready to go to Milwaukee to a basketball game. Finally free, about to get the ankle monitor off, and it was gonna be his birthday, so he was about to shoot out of town. So me and his sister, well, his sister had plotted like a little party. So she called me and she was like, okay, this is what I want to do. We trying to do this and we trying to do that. I said, okay, well, let me come on in and do my little DJ thing. And so once they found out about what he was doing, they was just like, all right, well, we got to tell him. You know what I mean? And so then when he found out, he was just like, Bear, reach out to everybody, man, and tell everybody to pull up. You dig what I'm saying? He was like, get everybody on deck, man. He was like, because shit, if we're gonna party, man, let's go ahead and do it the right way. It's free to get in. I'm not for sure what they're doing on the foods. It's going, it's at Frick's. So either Frick's got food, they got a bar, and it's nice because my man, my big bro Stevie, they threw his party in there like I want to say like last year. They had the little a black affair for his birthday party, and I heard that it turned out really good. And so Frick's is nice, man. They done did like a little bit of remodeling and stuff in there. Now, Whitball and them is throwing something over at the Urban Reserve called the Ugly Sweater Party. And so 15 for women, $20 for ladies. And I gotta give Nick props and shout outs because she was the one who turned me on to the Broadway Center when we felt like my party was gonna be too big for her building. And so I don't know what's going on with what her and Whitball is doing, the ugly sweater party, but that's one party. But listen, if you know my man Demario Angel, man, he's telling everybody to come on out for free. Um, we're gonna party. We're gonna do it December the 16th. It's gonna go down at Frick's over here in Davenport, and it's a couple of different places to party. Only unfortunately, like on those Saturdays, how they hit different is that some people, Daiquiri Factory, always want to do their thing. They're gonna do their thing because they're gonna get their money Saturday. It's the weekend. Everybody trying to get paid, and so Daiquiri Factory, the M Lounge. People gonna probably start off at the Elks until like 11. They do their thing over there. I don't know what's been up with the skylight, but we hope y'all pop back up soon. Praying for that situation. I don't know what's really going down, but I'm hoping that y'all get it together because that was a cool little calm place. And but it's gonna be Saturday, man. So if you want to come out where you ain't got to spend no money, where we're gonna go hard with the music, we're gonna be playing some good music. Um, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some cool stuff. I don't know what all she gonna do. She was planning some stuff, so they probably gonna have some food. You dig what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It's her brother. They gonna put on for their big bro, and you know, bro don't do nothing like half-ass. You dig what I'm saying? So it's gonna be some nice stuff going down at this party, man. So come on out and party with Scrap though. Come rock with us over here at Fricks on Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, December the 16th. Come rock with us, man. And I just pulled off something for my party too. Oh man, I've been getting so much stuff. Listen, I should get up and show y'all some of the money. I got us the fake prop money. Um, my t-shirts came in. What's up, Sarah? What's going down? I'm just chilling, sweetheart. Thank you for tapping in. You always tap in and check on me. Um, I got the prop money. We got like $10,000 lots. Them damn things damn near look like real bread too. We got the prop money. The cell phone is on its way. I got the Crown Royal T-shirt, the Henny T-shirt, the Douce T-shirt, the shot glasses. I gotta go get the fifths. All the TVs is here. Everything is coming along. Mike is doing the backdrop, and then I just added to the tab DJ Reese from the D. I don't know if y'all know her, but sweetheart go hard. Um, Somebody plugged me with her number. Then I was talking to my big bro, Mix and Mel today, and Mix and Mel was just like, "Man, listen, she go hard. She'll snap. She could do any type of theme. She could do whatever." And so, guess what? She's going to be DJing. DJ Reese. She from out of Detroit. She gonna go really, really hard. And so, the reason why I wanted to put her on deck is because I wanted to have the mic and I wanted to host. It's gonna be too much going on, so I need to be able to make sure y'all having fun. You know, what I mean, I want to give out hugs. I want to take pics with people. I don't want to be behind the wheels of stills on this particular party. You dig what I'm saying? I want to be up close and personal with y'all. You dig what I'm saying? Making sure we taking pics, making sure people is chilling. You know what I mean? Because we was talking about tables, but I'm keeping it buck with you. People have been buying tickets, and the people that buy tickets in the bulk with the six at the table, that's what I'm gonna give tables to. I'm gonna leave a few of them open so people can have somewhere to sit. But there it is, big bro. You definitely need to be on deck. It's the 80s and the 90s party. You know, we had some of our best times during that time, the 80s and the 90s. And me and DJ Reese, we're gonna get together. We're gonna go through a catalog. We're gonna make sure that we keep it jumping. We're going from the 80s back to the 90s with rap, R&B. We're gonna come up with this scheme, follow the DJ. So when we play something hot, we want to see if you can do the dance. If you can't do the dance, if I catch you not doing the dance, you got to get off the floor. The last people standing on win the prize. Best dress contest. You're gonna have to sign up to get in it though. We ain't just gonna be going around looking to see what your outfit look like. Get inside the best dress contest. $100. If you dope, $100. Come on through, Claudine. You know what? I should have been in boxer. You know why? Because me and you always talk about everything about business moves and stuff like that. I don't know why. That's my fault, sweetheart. I dropped the ball on that. Yeah, definitely gonna be grown folk. That's the reason why I don't want to be behind the wheels of steel because my security is gonna be on deck. So there's gonna be some tables with bottles on them, but I want to make sure, man, that we being cool. You dig what I'm saying? I've been praying about the situation. I'm gonna be praying over the situation that everybody can come out, be peaceful, have a good time, go home. But I'm trying to make sure you go home with something. So listen, man, I did my part. I told y'all what I was gonna do. Now come on and grab y'all some tickets. I've been selling some tickets. So come on. I don't know if you gotta pay at the door. Like I said, 2 for $40. Go down to DJ's Fashion, cop something. I might even call cuz and tell cuz that if you spend over $100, just throw you a ticket in the bag. You dig what I'm saying? Go down there and shop with my cousin. Go over there and shop with Nikki at Miss Bumani. She's selling tickets. She's got the big flyer up there. So for the next 2 weeks, 80s and 90s party, we pumping it, we promoting it. I'm rocking with Scrap. I love Whitball. I love Cap. I love everything that they do. Nick, you know I support the Urban Reserve, but I'm on the bill with my man Scrap, the Mario Angel. That's my family. I'm talking about we come up from single digits. His mom, Cynthia, and my mom come up. You know what I mean? So that's where my love and my heart is at. No disrespect to nobody. So I'm pumping Scrap Party. You dig what I'm saying? We got some people that's gonna be shooting down from Iowa City. And so we're gonna go over there for free. We're gonna rock the house, eat, and you know what I mean, and do what we do. But listen, December the 24th on Christmas Eve, Bare Truth, the first annual hip hop 80s and 90s party, the throwback. You remember how good the music was. You know that's the golden era of hip hop. You know we had the best R&B, R. Kelly, Keith Sweat, Cut Close, Keith Sweat, Blackstreet. It's so I could go through so many catalogs, bro. The music is just gonna be dope. We're gonna have free food from about 8 to 10. After 10 o'clock, I can't promise you're gonna get no food. But those tickets, Some people is gonna walk out of there with something. There's gonna be some TVs. I got a 43 inch. I got two 32 inches. I got an air fryer, a rug cleaner, a microwave. No, not a microwave. A vacuum cleaner. I got Douce basket, a Patron basket, a Crown Royal basket, a Hennessy basket. Ain't no telling. I might even be able to get up on some gift cards. Might be able to get your hair did, get your nails done. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm gonna do. You dig what I'm saying? Life is good, baby. So we just gonna have a blast, man. So come mess with your boy, man. For real, for real. Now, we've been having some pretty cool podcasts, and so while I'm on first shift, I might as well just keep going because by the 15th, I'm trying to get back to my third shift, man. I done messed up the barbershop, the floor of the barbershop. I had like so many early morning haircuts that when I got off in the morning, I could cut their hair, take me a nap, get up, do some running for me and my mom, boom, cut a few more heads, take a little nap, and then get up and go get that bag on third shift. Plus, I miss my man Vern Lee and them, Irwin, Fashara, the grind room. You dig what I'm saying? Me and then they split me and Willie Ann up, man. So it ain't even cool. And I can't even rock out with my sister. They done split us up. So I'm trying to get back to third shift so I can keep getting that money. Fish Scale, what's the word, baby? I seen some of them haircuts, my dude, down in the ATL doing your thing. What's going down? Man, I gotta get up with Ralph Skeezy, man. On deck, Ralph Skeezy, you gotta be at this party, bro. You know what I mean? You grew up in the 80s and 90s. That's when we used to do our thing. Lizzie is on deck. Seeing Lizzie at the Elks. Lizzie is in the place to be. He coming to rock it. I gotta bring all of my guys out that used to party from the 80s and the 90s. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be grown and mature. We're gonna have fun. You're gonna leave home with something, go home, and then spend the next day with your family and your peoples, eat and wake up on Christmas Day and do it again. It's gonna be a Monday. Ain't gonna be nothing to do. You might as well hang out with me on Sunday night. You ain't gonna have nothing else to do. You ain't got nowhere to go. I'm what's cracking. You can go to the Elks and listen to the old school for free to 11. When you might as well just come on over there with me, where we're gonna go old school and we're gonna feed you, and you might win something. You did. Stop playing with your life all the time. For real, for real. But listen. So check this out. The reality of truth. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about too before I start the podcast is because like last week, you know, it was Sunday. I had a few little different things that I was putting on that I was doing on a podcast, and yeah, okay, and so I had a few little different things that I was talking about on the podcast, and I can't even think of what the topic was. I'd be doing so many of them that it's crazy, but I was saying some things, you know what I mean? Mainly about people getting themselves together. You dig what I'm saying? And and different things that make people, you know what I mean, want to be in a relationship and stuff like that. And so a lot of times, listen to this. When I'm speaking to you, I'm giving you my truth. You dig what I'm saying? When I say bare truth, that's my truth. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like this. We all got an opinion. You dig what I'm saying? And we can I can voice my opinion because it's me. You dig what I'm saying? It's my life. This is, you know what I mean? It's always up to me. Um, the bear, the way I reinvented myself coming home from the joint, B.A.R.E stands for being about righteousness every day. But since I'm a God fearing man and I'm walking with the Lord, you know, Fishkill, when we was in the streets, I was just over there talking to Jerry about the time when we went through Manor Courts and they were shooting at us in your car. They were shooting bullets over there. I had to go get my cousin Jerry. So I'm changing now, Fish. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it together. I'm not perfect, but what I'm saying is I'm off count. I rock with the Lord. And so that righteousness is trying to strive, you know what I mean, to glorify God, to glorify the kingdom. Um, you know, I'm not perfect in my ways, but what I do is I pray a lot and I wake up and I just try to go to try to let him lead me and move me. Now, I said some things to some people because after the show, people usually inbox me. And then when they inbox me, we chop it up and we have one conversation. Sometimes they super positive. People get something out of the show. Sometimes people keep it real with me. One person, well, matter of fact, two people. One person was just like, listen, I'm 420 friendly. You know what I mean? And I feel like weed is from the earth. And you was like, if a female wake up and she smokes weed all day, she's a weed head. You know what I mean? And she was just like, I'm not going to take it offensive. She's like, because it's to each his own. She was like, but I just want to let you know that I handle my business. I take care of my kids. I get up and I go to work and I smoke weed. And so sometimes when I'm, you know what I mean, talking, or like when I'm reading my notes, um, I don't paint the best picture, to give you an example of what I'm saying. And so let me backtrack a little bit, not to apologize for what I said, because it's my opinion. You dig what I'm saying? Like when I get married and I got a wife, I'm gonna keep it thorough with you. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want you waking up smoking weed every day. I would prefer that you didn't smoke weed. Now, it's different strokes for different folks. The Bible says, "Do not be unequally yoked with non-believers." And I'm not going to say just because a person smokes weed that he's not a non-believer. Some people smoke weed to help them out with like pain issues and health issues that they're going through. You dig what I'm saying? I know some real live people. I know at least two people who was dealing with some health issues, and when they smoke weed, it kind of kills the pain. Me, I'm a firm believer in prayer. I believe that if you take everything to God in prayer, I mean, I think He can handle some things. And then sometimes, He might handle things through medicine. Okay, now back to the script. I had this person that we was friends, but this person was like, they couldn't do nothing without smoking weed. It's like if they didn't smoke a blunt, their whole attitude was thrown. So it's like we waking up, and if you can't get to the weed, you got an attitude. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, man, like if the weed alters your attitude and makes you change your characteristic or your personality on how you feeling, I ain't listen, I'm gonna keep it buck. I'm not messing with you straight up. Cause if you your attitude or your personality is depicted on whether or not you smoke, I'm cool. I don't need that. I need you to be the same every day. If you wake up in the morning, you're in a good mood, be in a good mood. Don't change up because you ain't got no weed. I mean, and I can't even front. I used to be like that. I mean, people used to tell me, like, when I used to wake up in the morning, like, if I didn't have no beer or nothing to drink, they'd be like, damn, you don't act like yourself. It's like, but as soon as you get like a little beer or something like that, then you cool, you smooth, you lay back and you laugh. Now, thank God he snatched the liquor out of my life, where I ain't even drinking no more. Me and Fishkill, we used to get smashed before school. We used to be across the street from North taking it down. You dig what I'm saying? Me, him, Big Tone, we come in school, we be, man, I'm talking about we was out of our heads going into school clowning. But like now today, I'm sober. You see what I'm saying? And I'm still me. You know what I mean? I'm still cool, and I don't drink no more. And so I can't stop no lady from smoking. If you 420 friendly, man, sweetheart, that's your life. You know what I'm saying? You got to be you. You dig what I'm saying? That just means that me and you probably ain't going to be compatible on a relationship thing. But as friends, I still love you. I love you with the love of Christ. And I ain't going to never stop loving you. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when I marry my woman, I don't want us to be dependent upon, you know what I mean? I don't, because listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Put the shoe on the other foot and let it be me. And my baby mom, Oli, when I had not even on just Oli, but shoot, Venice can tell you, and even Jody can probably tell you that didn't see me go through my alcoholic phases. It didn't seem like I was an alcoholic because I had money, but when a person drinks and he's cool, but then again, you have those days where he over drinks and now he's not himself until he has like a little beer. And then sometimes now he done drunk so much he out of his body, where we all getting into it, where we haven't, you know what I mean? Don't nobody want to be around that. You dig what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to never put another lady through what I put them through when it comes to me and my alcohol. You dig what I'm saying? That was one of the worst parts of my life. I don't never want to put nobody through that again. And so, my word to you, if we are ever in a relationship and I feel like, okay, me and you is about to run this race on life, if I pick up the bottle, it's a wrap. I give you permission to leave. If you ever see me go back to that bottle, you better leave. Better get away from around here because, dude, he ain't no good on that. Okay, now what you just say, sis? I got my sis over there. She down in Tennessee. All right, let me see, because she just said something about some weed. All drugs, including weed, harms the organs. Even medical weed too. Medicines, period. Synthetic is not good for our bodies. Real bodies, and we are genuine pigs from the pharmaceuticals. The medical arena is a business. The sicker we are, the more money they make. And it goes on and says the more money that they make, just how it goes. Drugs, period, isn't good for anyone. And I can agree with that. Now, this is one thing I do believe, though, sis. I believe this right here. I believe that God creating everybody and creating, scientists and doctors. I believe that he put people in place for different things to create things and to, you know what I mean, to help situations. Because I'm gonna tell you, I was in a joint when that COVID hit. And then you dig what I'm saying? Remember when they had the COVID vaccine and people running around talking about they ain't gonna get it? Well, don't go get it. Go ahead and act like you ain't about to take that and put that into your body. Everybody's got an opinion to their own thing. But here it is. I felt like we needed that. People was dying like flies. Whether you say it's man-made, which we know it was, we know it probably came from somewhere, some that they did. Regardless, it was bogus. And the flu shot, I get the flu shot because I hate when I get sick. Like when I get sick, like once a year, you dig what I'm saying? That it throws me down. You dig what I'm saying? Now, see, there it is. You said true. I didn't take the vaccination, and some people didn't. And to each his own. We ain't, you know what I mean? We're not here to argue about what we feel on medicines and who's right and who's wrong. Again, there we go with the truth. That's your truth. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, the reality of truth. And so I just was trying to talk about what Shorty was telling me about the weed because even though I feel like I don't want to marry a quote unquote weed head, I don't want a woman who smokes weed all day. That don't mean that she's not 100, that she ain't 100% woman and she's not marriage material. That's just one of my preferences. Y'all got deal breakers too. You dig what I'm saying? You got things that's a deal breaker to you. I can deal with that if that's what I don't want to deal with. I don't want you smelling like, I don't even like smoke. I don't like the paper I don't like cigarettes. I don't like none of that. Because when it smokes around me, it gives me a headache. And so now you think no, we just ain't finna do that. You dig what I'm saying? Not all day, every day. You dig what I'm saying? Or go have you like a woman cave and I can have a man cave. Go to your cave and blow yourself down and then wash your face. Come on back and come back to life. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna pray about the situation because that's just one of my truths. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have a beautiful spirit, that you don't have a beautiful heart, and that you're not a good person because you smoke weed. That's not what I'm saying. So I just wanted to let my peoples know who jumped in my inbox and said that, listen, sweetheart, I love you. Other person jumped in my inbox and said, remember I said something like nowadays you got to have a job and you got to hustle. And she was just like, what if I'm content? She says, I work 12 hours a day. You dig what I'm saying? She was like, and my job, she was like, I'm happy with my job. Once again, that's her truth. And then she's got to live in that. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's how her life is. You dig what I'm saying? Me, I like nice stuff. And I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not chasing it. I'm not gonna put that before God. I'm never gonna put materialistic things before God or taking care of my business and handling my kids. If my kids call me, they get anything up front. I don't care what's going on out here. They come first, and I'm gonna always make sure that you know what I mean. I make myself surrenderable to God. You dig what I'm saying? First, He got to come first place. That's not gonna have it. But here's the thing. I read the Bible. Solomon was rich. Solomon was one of the richest. He is the richest person to ever walk this earth. You dig what I'm saying? He built God a temple in all gold. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't sit up here and try to tell me that God don't want you to have nice things. He owned this whole place. So he built it. The stuff that's on this earth and the people that's got the creative minds to make whatever they make or do whatever they do, he gave you the mind to do it. You think I can't have some stuff? He my father too. He your father too. I'm gonna have some stuff. That's what I'm basically saying. And so I'm gonna work hard. I'm not selling no more dope. I'm like you, Fish. We in the barbershop now. Something that we should have been on in a day. Don't you know, Fish, man? We've been cutting hair since we was in high school. What if we would have just got us a barbershop back in like 91, 92? Remember 91, 92, 93, 94, 95? You was coming to the crib. We cooking up. We on the stove cooking up. You remember the days in the stove. Remember I was messed up some stuff? I had to call Fish over there to bring it back. Fish come over to the crib, bring it back. But just what if we'd have just took the clippers and worked the clippers? You dig what I'm saying? We'd be just like Bob in there with Divine Cuts. Shout out to Divine Creations. I seen one of their haircuts in the store today. White dude come through there with some designs. I said, man, who your barber? He said, Bob. I'm like, shh, that's my family. You dig what I'm saying? I take my hat off to Bob and Black. I salute them with even young Blake's son and them. They in there doing their thing, man. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all, they in there rocking. Then look at what Fish out there in the ATL doing. Look at what Blake doing down in Columbus, Georgia, man. People ain't out here playing no more. We like businessmen. We entrepreneurs. And this is what we should have been from the beginning. But we was chasing that money. And so, sweetheart, if working 12 hours a day, um, is beneficial to you and you content with it and it's right in your lane of how you want to live, God bless you and more power to you. You know what I mean? Because I think that that's what you should do. Me, I want a big stupid house. You dig what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I mean, with the ceiling so far up, you know what I mean? I want one of them houses where you ain't even gotta have curtains because you live so far off, you ain't even got no business up here looking in the window. You can't even be up here. If you in my yard and you can look in my window, your face gonna get shot off. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got no business up here. And how did you get past that gate? And who are you here? You don't even know me. You ain't supposed to be here. But I want my house to be big like that. I want the backyard. I want the swimming pool. I want a guest house in the back of my house. You know what I mean? In case all of my family show up. Like, boy, there's so many rooms and beds over there. And we're not getting enough. There's so many floors and comforters. We're gonna make pallets all over the place. You dig? The crisis is big. I want to have something so big, man. It's because I dream big. But you know what? I got the talent. God created me. He didn't give me these dreams if he didn't, you know what I mean, make me attainable for me. If they can have it, I feel like I can have it. And that's one of my truths. I'm gonna show y'all this video, and we're gonna get into the reality of truth. You know what I mean? Because it ain't just mine. Um, we're gonna talk about some different levels of truth. But then again, your truth has got to be you. You dig what I'm saying? And one thing you don't want to be is you don't want to be fake. And so I appreciate the people that jumped in my box and was just like, you know what I mean? I dig your conversation tonight, but this is what I do, and I'm happy with it because that's your truth. And you ain't even being fake. You like, I love it like that. And I'm just telling you what I like. So I'm gonna show you these videos, and that's how we're gonna do. What you say, sis? Just have my secret elevator ready for me. Oh, you already know. You dig what I'm saying? Secret elevator. We might even have a hot balloon that'll take people up to the top. You dig? I might get jazzy like that. Like what? A hot balloon outside if you want to get up to the top of the house. You ain't no telling what's gonna go on in there. For real, for real. I'm cracking jokes, but I'm being serious. All right, I got two. Check this one out first. Let's go.
Why is the truth so important?
You know what? Because first of all, it does set you free mentally, and it gives you a starting point. You have to have the truth to have a starting point. So when you like, if I'm lying to you about who I am, or I'm lying to you about whatever, there's no starting point. There's a false reality. You have to create the real reality. So that's what I call my accountability mirror in my book. That's the real reality. Where the fuck am I gonna start from? So for me, I was lying to this, lying about that. So I had no starting point. Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point.
My little bitty cousin is on here. Kiki, what's up, baby? She was like, I love you, cuz. I love you too, man. Damn, we was in I seen you, I bought you a drink, then all of a sudden you disappeared. You was supposed to pop up over at the house. Um, but okay. So listen to that. Um, he says, when you tell the truth, now you got a starting point. And I believe that. You know what I mean? Because um I done been out here and I done played the field where I could do that. Where you know what I mean? I could just tell a chick a lie in a minute. I say anything to her to get her naked. You dig what I'm saying? Having a mouthpiece that was gold, you know, and we prided ourselves on that. You know what I mean? Uh to be able to go into the club and just to see if you can pull somebody, you know. And then it comes with like just talking trash, you know, just doing it. Then like when you rap, you dig what I'm saying? When you do the bragging raps and stuff like that. You know, I never got into I'ma shoot you and I got an AK and boy, I clap you and your mama. Nope, that ain't me. I ain't on that. I ain't going to jail. I'm not even about to talk about that. But I know what it's like to be a liar. I know what it's like to be fake. You dig what I'm saying? I think everybody in this world or on this planet knows how to do it a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? Whether you want to admit it or not. Um, my life crashed for me. You know what I mean? And when I went and I sit down and I did that little time in a joint, one of the things I did is I self checked myself. You know, if that makes sense. The first year when I got there, I was bitter because I was so mad that this person had lied to me, not only about their age, but then lied on me, and then the prosecuting attorney lied on me. You know what I mean? And when it's your turn, when there's a lie being placed on you, I swear sometimes it feel like somebody holding you up underwater. It's like you can see the top, but you can't breathe. It's like, damn, I'm trying to come out. I'm going to every court. I'm trying to tell the judge I got all of this information. Sometimes I'm overwriting it. Like, man, look, how did they get away with this? How did they do this? Look at this evidence. Look at this. This ain't what they got. Look at what they did. Look how they broke the law. And ain't nobody paying you no attention. And the whole time that it's going like that, every time I would lose like a little case, man, I felt like the Holy Spirit and like God was telling me, it's like, you see how that feels? You don't like that, do you? But you remember how you was out here and how you was doing it and how it was cool when you did it and how it was cool to blow people off or how you lied to this chick and you said whatever you had to say. But now it's like it's your turn, man, and that it hurts. But you got to eat that harvest though because you planted those seeds. You was out there sowing them seeds, and so this is your harvest. This is what you get. And when it was my turn to eat it, I ate it bad, and it cost me like 15 years. It cost us a lot of money. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna just say just the lies, the drinking, the bad decisions, and stuff like that. And so, one of the things I wanted to do when I came home, and I'm still not the best at it, nowhere near the best at it. It's like I thought like when I got home, I was gonna be on fire for the Lord and do this and do that. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I see Him working in my life, and I see Him doing so many good things for me, man. And it just seemed like sometimes you still fall short in areas. And so the reality of truth is this: when you start learning how to tell the truth, man, it can hurt. Nobody don't want to face it, especially when it's you. I mean, you can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time, but you can't fool God none of the time. It's one person that gonna know everything about you, everything that you do is you and God. God knows the truth, and you know it too, because it eats at your conscience. You dig what I'm saying? When you're going through something, especially like when you tell lies and you got to keep covering it up, then you got to go over there and cover it up. One thing about the truth, you ain't got to remember your story. You tell the truth, you ain't never got to remember the story. You know what I mean? Because it's there. You know exactly what happened. You dig what I'm saying? And it ain't no lie. You ain't got to make it up. You ain't got to try to remember what you said to nobody. You know, um, there's this quote. I'm gonna read this for you. It says, this dude says, rather than money, love, or fame, he says, give me truth. He would take truth over money, love, or fame. And when I read it, and I was just like, okay, sounds good on the surface. You dig what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people would rather just, what I mean, whatever. Just let me get a little bit of bread. Let me go buy me a house and, you know what I mean, put my family up, get my kids straight, make sure everybody to the beat. And it is what it is. But the truth is real. There's a scripture in the Bible where Jesus says, I am the truth, the way, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except by me. Now, I've studied Buddhism. I studied Buddha or Hinduism. I've studied Islam. I even read some of the books by Darwin about, evolution and people that don't believe in God. You dig what I'm saying? She says this. I got to post that one, sis. She says, the truth can stand alone naked with no additives, no cut, no nothing. Put the truth on somebody and it is what it is. Whether they believe it or not, who cares whether you believe it? It's the truth. You dig what I'm saying? And I've come to believe that Jesus is the truth. Now, you might not believe it. I don't really care if you believe it because guess what? Just because you don't believe it, don't make him the truth. I don't believe it's the white man with the blue eyes and long hair like they got on the pictures. That ain't him. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not about to get into that because that ain't what we're talking about. But I believe that he had to come on this earth, and I believe that everything that he did to bring us back in the right relationship with God makes sense to me. I prayed about it. I read the Bible. He showed up in my life personally, so I'm not gonna argue with people about Jesus. I don't care what you think about Jesus. He done did some things for me. He done answered too many prayers for me. Me and him got a relationship. Me and him, that's my Lord and Savior. You can talk to whoever you want to. You can talk to Confucius. You can talk to Muhammad. You can cry out to Allah. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm rocking with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's my truth. I believe in the truth of the Bible. You do what you want to do. But that's the thing. What about you and how you deal with people and how you deal with yourself? Are you keeping it 100 with yourself? Some people, I'll give you an example. Some people think that they're good parents when they dress their kids up. They think that if they put their kids in top-notch clothes or the top-notch shoes. You dig what I'm saying? Jordans and fresh outfits, and they post their pics. They think that that makes them a good parent. But then again, you run into some of their kids, or you look how their kids act in the stores, or how their kids talk back to them. You be like, "What the? I could never go nowhere and talk to nobody like that in my family. Not my mama, my grandmama, nobody. You get your lights punched out." You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it, but I'm telling you something. You dig what I'm saying? Listen to me. Just because you do these different things and you spoil your kids, that does not mean that you're a good parent. That just means that you're trying to put on a persona. You want people to believe a facade. You dig what I'm saying? It's some guys that was in the joint. They talk to their women and stuff on the phone. Oh, I love you, baby. I did this and I can't wait to get home to be this and that to you. But then when they get off the phone with you, they in the shower with another man. I seen it. Then I come to the VR and see you with your wife, and I see you tongue kissing your wife, and you was in the shower with a man, living two different types of lives. And see, yeah, you might be able to fake it out to her, like you come into the crib and you about to do the right thing, but deep down in your heart, and this ain't a shot at the LGBTQ community. This is a person that ain't being honest with itself. This is a person that know deep down inside your soul, you ain't got no self control over your sex life, and this for any type of gratification, you'll go the other way. You'll go with a man, and maybe you like men. That's up to you. You got to deal with that truth, and you got to figure out, is that truth gonna match up with God's truth? As long as you happy with yourself and you feel like when you see him, y'all gonna be to the beat, y'all got it together. It ain't gonna do me no good. I ain't gonna be standing at the gate of heaven like, man, oh, what he about to say? What you gonna say, Lord? Look at what he did. If they let me and with Jesus in Jesus' name, my name should be written in the Lamb's Book of Life. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going on in and sit down. What other people did in this world and did on this planet, I ain't got nothing to do with it. What I will do is I will give you the truth. You want to know what the Bible says? I could tell you what the Lord say. You dig what I'm saying? I do it on my Bible studies. Like, maybe I should start the Bible studies up and just give you the word if people just really want the word. Sometimes people don't want to handle that word. Guess what they do? They make up all kind of excuses on, oh man, I got my own relationship with God. I don't gotta go to church. Nope, you ain't gotta go to church because that's where you're going to find your relationship with God. But you do have to get into the building where God's people are meeting up. Because one thing that the pastor do is that he opens up in prayer. And when Jesus said, if one or two, he said, when two or more gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. So when you go to church and they open up in Jesus' name, there he is in the midst. Does it mean that them people in the church is perfect? Nope, it don't. So you send up calling them hypocrites, calling them fake. Guess what? Come on in because they got space for one more. You just come on in and grab you a seat because you're gonna blend right on in. So anything bad that you got to say about the church people, come on in and sit down with them because you in there with them too. We all are. All of us are messed up. So we don't point fingers at nobody trying to put the blame on them like you ain't this and you ain't that. The point of it is this: you do have a responsibility to be real with yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Because now how you handle yourself is how you display yourself to the world. Now, if you really want to have good relationships and you want to build friendships that last, and you know what I mean, you want to have people around and stuff like that. Say that again, sis. We all need Jesus. We all need the Lord because he is the only perfect one that ever walked the earth. So stop taking shots at the church. We know that some pastors do some things and they do some bad things, but you know what? One thing I learned about Pastor Livingston, he give away too much. You dig what I'm saying? He gives away to his heart. Listen, so you see some churches where pastors and preachers are like driving like nice cars. And to me, I still can't see a problem with that unless he's taking your money and he's gypping the church. And then when the church need him or people in the church or the congregation need the church if they ain't got it. One thing about Mount Sinai, they put on for the people. You dig what I'm saying? And they put on for the community. They get out and they do prayer walks and they get out and they go door to door. He'll walk right up on you and hold your hand in prayer. Brother Richard come down here and get his hair cut. I'm talking about, man, we get to talking about an issue. We'll break out holding hands and we'll pray right there. You know what I'm saying? One thing about Mount Sinai, one thing I will say about them is the Holy Spirit is moving over there. You dig what I'm saying? And they doing anything. Now, don't let one church or one pastor or somebody in the church turn your stomach from going to church. Hebrews 10:24 and 25, somewhere in there, it says something like, do not neglect the meeting of the church as you see it is with some. He says, as you see the day approaching, all the more, he was like, do not neglect meeting up with the congregation. Because listen, if God is speaking through dude, there might be something that you going through and you go right in there. And how is it sometimes he always says a message that hits right home on your heart, giving you what you need to do, talking to you. That's what God is saying. Come on in here. This is the hospital for those who are sick spiritually. So when your spirit is sick, you need to get around people who are seeking the same one. So because they people in there, man, they praying for you. I'm talking about, man, the first lady and all them sisters in the choirs, even the brothers, man, they'll grip your hand in a minute and pray for you. They have no problem praying for you. You dig what I'm saying? But sometimes we'll get it twisted. We'll have a bad experience about a church, and then all of a sudden, I don't go to church, man. They all fake. They hypocrites up in there. Cut that out, man, because it ain't like that. What you got to do is you got to find you a good home church, and you got to get in there. You dig what I'm saying? Because I've been falling short. I need to get on back up in the church and have them find me something to do. Because I find out, like, when I got stuff to do, I keep those appointments. Like, when I'm walking around aimlessly, I missed the need. What you say, Ole? Well, I need to check your church home out because I'm looking for a church. No, Pastor Livingston is the truth. You dig what I'm saying? The choir, they go hard. They gonna always when they sing, they usher the Holy Spirit in there. I mean, like when they really get to hitting some songs, when they get to going, they got some songs in there. You know, you in a good church that when they start singing, the air get heavy and it be like hard for you to breathe. You dig what I'm saying? You know the Holy Spirit is in there then, because then the air just get thick. It's like, man, you can't even breathe. You be in there ready to cry and all types of stuff. I be having my shades on, trying to get it like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, phew, like I feel him, you know what I mean? And so that's my experience. That's just my truth. So I love that. Now, one thing this dude says about the truth, he says there's three processes or passes that is or stages that it's gonna go through. He says one, the truth is gonna get ridiculed, it's gonna be violently opposed, it is accepted, being self-evident. Okay. So I was trying to figure out what is he trying to say? You know what I mean? Most of the time, you know what I mean, when somebody figure out something that they think is real or something, the first thing they do is they point and they laugh. That's that embarrassing stage. You dig what I'm saying? Where you feel like you about to be embarrassed. So a lot of times you try to cover the truth up. Because sometimes when they say the truth hurts, sometimes the truth hurts. You dig what I'm saying? Look at my case on what I went to prison for. You dig what I'm saying? It hurt. You dig what I'm saying? Not only did it hurt me, but I got kids out here. You dig what I'm saying? I knew it hurt Nubia 14. Here this girl is up in a hotel with me, the same age as my daughter. It's like, what the fuck, Bear? I remember calling to the crib. I remember Oli saying, do you know what they got you for? Like, it was a shock to everybody. I'm like, yeah, go up the street and go get such and such and come back and call me back. Like what? Like, and it's like that. And then violently opposed. I remember when the truth came out, far as my evidence about what was happening, the state didn't want that. They didn't want that. So you know what they did? They threw it out and they charged me with something even bogus. You know what I mean? They even went even harder on me. They said I kidnapped Shorty. What the? Like, come on, man. I ain't. I keep telling y'all, I ain't never had nothing against his will except for like a lightning bug or something. I might have took somebody's puppy. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody puppy like a pit bull or something, and you take off with it. Like, man, who dog is this? Until they come yelling for it. Like, oh, I ain't know. I just seen him walking. That's it. I don't really know too many black people that's kidnapping people unless they got some bread. You know what I mean? Like after a minute, I don't even know what to do with you. You got to eat. That's too much. Like we got to buy you food. Like I didn't think this through. Right, go to the house, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow or some shit. Cause I ain't, man. Listen, man, I'm about to go to the house. Matter of fact, during that time, I get so drunk, I liable to go to sleep on you. You wake up, your your kidnapper gone, your victim to the house because you done went to sleep on. I'm drunk. Like, man, I ain't finna sit up and kidnap people, bro. It's not in my wheelhouse. You dig what I'm saying? But the truth was violently opposed. But then it is an accepted as being a self-evident. You dig what I'm saying? Even though I didn't do what they said I did, I had to hold myself responsible. I had to say, you know something? That's what you get for your get rich quick schemes. Sitting up here trying to play this little shorty for her bread, thinking like in 2 weeks when she get this money, You finna hit her and you finna hit a lick. It ain't even that. Boop, joke's on you. Seemed like God was just hitting me with the bop gun, like boop, joke's on you. Then next thing you know, he started doing me like this. I remember this time we was inside this Bible study. This white dude named Mark Morgan, super cool. At this same time, like I was telling y'all before, I think I might have gave y'all a snippet of this one right here. Um, his daughter, she was going through some things. When I called home, Nubia was going through some things. And if anybody know, me and Nubia is like, that's my mini me. You dig what I'm saying? It's like to the point, like if Nubia going through something, if she hurt, it's like I be feeling like her pain sometimes. And that's a true story. When her friend Kiara died, and I was kind of like sick, like my stomach, like my emotions, like I wasn't in a good space, and I didn't know why I was feeling funky. I remember calling to the crib, and they was just like, "Pray for Nubia. She down right now. She going through it." It was like her best friend just passed, and she don't feel too good. And I was like, I was wondering why I was feeling like, and it's just like you know how you got that kid, and you so connected to them that when they hurt, you hurt. So she and me, we like this. And so she was going through some stuff, and I couldn't be there. You know what I mean? I couldn't get out to the streets. I couldn't. And it was like, man, you know what I mean? Little cats was coming to prison. Oh, Nubia, your daughter. Yeah, I know your daughter. Whoop de whoop. And then I was seeing like little pictures of her homecoming, a dude coming to the house, going to homecoming. When it's like, damn, God, I just blew all of these days with my baby. I can't even be there to threaten this dude at her homecoming. So make a long story short, the preacher was at the Bible study, and he's talking about his daughter who was just had ran away from the crib, and he said they church just kept on praying for her, right? And so it was like Jim Simbo when God's people are called to pray. Check the DV out, the DVD or the thing out. It's dope. So he said they was praying for his daughter. Make a long story short, and so they said one day his daughter came to the crib, and she was crying, and she was like, "Daddy, who was praying for me?" She said, all of a sudden we was out and we was out of town, and I just kept hearing this voice saying, turn around, go home. And I could just hear all of these voices calling my name, in the name of Jesus, calling her name. And she just said she just had to get out the van that she was in, and she just came home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So he hugged his daughter and they started crying. So this dude Mark next to me, he going through it because his daughter is going through some shit. I'm going through it because Nubia out here going through some shit. So we done broke down. So now we in here and we crying. So he put his shoulder on me, put his hand on my shoulder. I put my hand on his shoulder, and we sitting up and we just start praying for each other. And listen to this. This is a true story. I'm not playing with you. God said, he says, now see, look how you feel about your daughter. He says, the same way that you crying for your daughter. He says, yeah, you didn't kidnap the girl and you didn't do what they said you did. He says, but you was about to take her money. Her father is dead. She don't even have a father. And you was about to take her disability money that her father left her when she basically, because her father died when she was 9. So what she was lying to me about, she wasn't the right age. She kept on saying in 2 weeks, she about to get this disability money. She about to get 50 something thousand. So I wasn't in no damn hotel room on no sex. The light bulb was on like, dang, she get this 50,000. Boy, I'm finna go get weed. I'm finna go get dope. I'm finna try to put an apartment in her name. We finna turn up however it go. I'm finna bake her for all of this bread. I'm finna run through her money like, man, I would have had so many Air Force Ones and Timberlands and all types of stuff. But he told me just like as simple as day, I cannot make this up. He was like, you was about to take advantage of her and her father is gone. He says, now look how you feel about your baby, and you still here. You still get a chance to talk to your baby. You still get a chance to call your daughter and even tell her you love her. You got a chance to, get out and go save your daughter. Her father is gone. He was like, that's why I'm mad at you. And I was just like, phew. And when he hit me, listen. So when y'all be thinking that I be on the podcast trying to cater to women and trying to, no, listen, bro, this is real. This is not a joke. When you have your one-on-one encounter with God, I'm telling you, sometimes, man, he just had to knock the life out of you, not knock sparks out of you, and then you'll get it together. Sometimes you just got to go somewhere and sit down. And so sometimes that's what it is, man. It's your truth. You dig what I'm saying? And so it's like this. You you have to figure it out, because if you don't figure it out, you dig what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing but tearing up the people life that's around you. You can live a lie all you want to. Like we said, you can buy your kids clothes and make them look like you taking care of them. But at the end of the day, when they go off to school, They showing out. They get sent home like every single day. Let them keep up with that attitude if they want to. The police gonna kill them out here because you ain't teaching them no respect. So what is your truth? You got to start being a true parent. If you bring these kids here on this earth, fathers, y'all got these boys out here. These supposed to be your sons. Y'all teaching them cuss words. Y'all smoking blunts in front of their face, drinking in front of their face, playing this dumbass music in front of their face. Come on, man. When your shorties grow up and they come out here into this world, they reflect you straight up. And ain't nothing you can do about that. They reflecting you. And ain't no, you can't dress them up to make them good kids. There ain't no clothes you can put on no kid. Ain't no haircut you can go give them to make them good kids. It's gonna take time. Somebody was just saying something about that. They posted a post and was like, "Man, listen, I think it was my son Arius. You dig what I'm saying? He's my stepson, but he was just like being a real father, spending time with your kids. And like right now, he's got his 2 daughters. I cut his hair just the other day. He missing little Cray. You dig what I'm saying? Because even though you see him posting pictures with his little Air Force Ones on his jogging suit, the dude take care of his kids. You dig what I'm saying? That's love. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe, hopefully he got some of that from me. You dig what I'm saying? Because I was there. One thing a person can always say about B.A.R.E, he took care of his kids. You dig what I'm saying? I was on the discipline too. We ain't playing none of that. You ain't talking back to your mama. We go to track events, football events, basketball events. We get school clothes. We do this big Christmases. We do all of this and that. But listen, we was not for the games with when it comes to raising the kids. My mama and them, they did the same thing with us. You know what I mean? Like, man, she'll bust your head before she let you be disrespectful. Real talk. So my oldest is grown, and Lord knows I went through God about what's that? Okay. I want to post that. It's about putting the God. Okay, I'm gonna post that one. She said it is about putting the God values in our children. I think that's right too. And you know, to some people it might vary because some people they got their own opinion of who God is. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, we at the 51 mark, and I was a little bit late, so it's cool. Um, but check this out. This dude was saying this, and so we're gonna talk about these little things. I'm gonna show you this other little video, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about being honesty. We can do it like a part two. If anybody want to be a guest on here, they got a testimony, they got something that they want to share, do it, because I can't do it by myself. I'll be trying to get y'all to come on in here and chop it up with me so people can get like different point of views, because it's always cool, especially Treese, when you get up here, you share your truth. You go so hard, you always inspire women. And so I don't never want to give it a one-sided opinion where, like the young ladies hit me. It's like, man, you know, this is my life. This is how I want to live my life. Me, I just want some stuff. I ain't gonna even lie. Check this video out. We're gonna talk about that and we're gonna wrap it up.
You just gotta know what you stand for and know what you represent, know what's true to you. Because you can't please everybody, you can't be everything to everybody, but you could be true and you could be yourself and comfortable in your skin and just represent what's real to you.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Because you lie. You be lying. I don't want to fool with nobody that's lying. Tell me the truth even if it hurts. Tell me the truth even if it disappoints. Tell me the truth even if it breaks my heart. Just tell me the truth. I may not want to hear it, but don't lie to me. That's why I be bouncing stuff off of y'all. Hey man, would it be corny if I did this? Tell me the truth. Even in the moment where it feels like, oh my God, if I say this is gonna blow everything up. Here, I always tell people this in relationships. You can't truly say you love somebody until you can risk offending them with the truth.
I don't know about anyone else, but I would rather someone be truthful and hurt my feelings than lie to me and break my heart.
Yeah. Nipsey, man, was dope. And I'm gonna tell you who else got like some dope quotes. Check out Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates be speaking that truth. And Tupac. If you go back and listen to Pac, man, you know what I mean? He was so real from his point of view of life. You dig what I'm saying? And I didn't agree with everything that he was about or everything he stood for, but one thing I gotta give it to him. You dig what I'm saying? He kept his head up high, and Pac inspired you to want to, be a warrior and go for whatever it is that you want in this life. And I'm telling you, man, we lost some good ones with him and Nipsey, man. We lost some good ones. But listen to this. So, when I be studying for little stuff like that, I listen to a few sermons, I listen to some stuff. I go into my, some things that on how I feel, on things that make me feel like the way I feel. And, you know, I really prep for the podcast, man. I ain't playing. And so I was going through these things, and this person, they was going through these steps of what you can do when it comes to being truthful, and they can help change your life. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to listen to it though is because as you get a grown person, you never stop growing. Don't ever get content. Don't ever stop reading books. Don't ever think that you don't need to go to church, that you don't need to be up under a pastor, his leadership and his knowledge and his wisdom. Now, you could be up under the wrong pastor. You dig what I'm saying? And, you know, this person can send you off. You dig what I'm saying? And that's just because some people claim the Lord. The Bible says, there's a scripture. He says, many on that day is going to say, Lord, Lord, didn't we cast out demons in your name? Didn't we do this and that? Jesus said, he going to tell them, get away from me. I never knew you. So a lot of people out here that's claiming to be pastors, and just because, they got this pulpit and they got this and that, a lot of them ain't really messengers of God. That's the reason why you have to have a prayer life and you have to stay in the word too, so you can have a spirit of discernment. That way, when the Holy Spirit is in you, he's at friction with anything that's against God. You dig what I'm saying? And then that's how you start finding your body church. You're going to have to put in some work too. You have to put in some work and feed your own spirit. Now, listen to this. Dude was saying this. Acceptance. That's one of the things. You have to be yourself. I don't care who you are. First of all, you got to remember this. You uniquely made. There's nobody like you. You got your own set of fingerprints. Me and Fishgill do a crime. I leave my fingerprints, but they arrest Fishgill. Once they get done checking the crime or the fingerprints, they're going to let Fishgill go because Fishgill fingerprints don't match up with mine. Me and my man we've been guys since JB. We went to JB together all the way up into adulthood. You dig what I'm saying? But we are not alike. We different. He got his own path. I got my own path. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm saying that to let you know that you have to accept who you are. I'm not out here trying to be nobody else. Now, I reinvented myself when I came home, bare truth. I know how to brand myself because I'm a marketing man. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You dig what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said, I'm a businessman. Like if you come downstairs, I really feel like that. I can cut your hair over here. I can make you a beat right here. I could jump on the podcast and talk to a few hundred people. I can go over here. I can go take this stuff over here and go DJ for you. I could go over here and draw you a picture. I'm a businessman. You dig what I'm saying? Straight up. And I feel like that. And that's the reason why I go for the gusto. I dream big and I dream hard. I accept that. I don't try to be like nobody else. And I don't got to be fake to you. I stay in my lane. I do what I do. You don't see me at the Y trying to play basketball and try to act like I got to kill a crossover or kill a jump shot. It ain't my thing. Enough respect to those who do that and to who love to work out like that. Certain things just ain't my thing. I don't try to fix on cars because that's not what I do. You dig what I'm saying? There it is. You're a brand. And I think that God created me to be like that. As long as I know my identity in Christ. You know what I mean? I know who my identity is in Christ. You know what I mean? And I understand who I live for and who I represent. As long as I don't ever lose sight of that, I think that he knows and he loves me. And there's some things that it might rub some people the wrong way, but God'll let me know. And when I ain't wrong, when he knocked me down, he gonna let me know I love him and I'm gonna keep going. Number 2, you gotta be vulnerable. If you're gonna be honest and you're gonna be a truthful person, you're gonna have to be vulnerable. Um, Sometimes telling the truth takes humility. Sometimes the truth is embarrassing. You know what I mean? Look at my case. Look at what I went through. Look at what I went to prison for. You don't think that stuff was embarrassing? But God told me like this. He was like, listen, I love you. I created you. I could have let you die. Listen, you swallowed a whole 8-ball before they even got you fingerprinted. You was in the back of the ambulance trying to take your spirit out you. He said, I could have let you die right there that night. You wouldn't even have to hear none of this smoke. You would have been dead. I chewed up an 8-ball. My heartbeat was at 198 before they even fingerprinted me. The dude kept on saying, Grice, stay with me. Grice, stay with me. Your heart is about to bust. This was a Friday night. I woke up on a Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? And so He could have let me die. I could have died, but he woke me up and he let me know that he had a purpose for my life. If he ain't gonna give up on me, I'm not giving up on myself. And I don't care what nobody else got to say about me or what you think I did or who you think I am. I don't get no shit. You dig what I'm saying? And I ain't even want to use the cuss word, but sometimes you gotta be graphic with people. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta give it to them 100. Like, I don't care. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. If God don't give up on me, I ain't giving up on myself. And so sometimes I have to be vulnerable. I can't get up here and be on this podcast and skip over that. Like, hold on, you sitting up here talking all this positive, you this and that. Talk about what you went to prison for. Come on, tell the truth. You know what I mean? Keep it a buck. What was you out here doing? Playing, being disrespectful to women, drinking, making bad decisions. You dig what I'm saying? Bad all around, bad examples in front of my kids and all types of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? Number 3, you got to relinquish control. You know what I mean? Once you become vulnerable and you see that you done made some mistakes, you got to relinquish control. Because remember what we talked about? You can fool some of the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, but you can't fool God none of the time. God knows the truth. And the longer that you hide it, he'll expose you. You know the truth. Ain't nobody got to tell you. You can lie all day, but you can't lie to yourself. You know what it's like when you got to go to bed with that. You know what it's like when you got to look at the man in the mirror like that. You know what it's like. Relinquish control of that, man. Don't stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to impress people, man. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't listen. Everything that I do for me. You dig what I'm saying? If you see me posting pictures, that's because that's what I do. I want to show you so you see me when you see me out here and listen, you see me doing this and that. I'm bringing your attention over here because I got something to tell you. In a few minutes, I got some music I want you to listen to. Matter of fact, I got a party I want you to go to. Matter of fact, I want you to hire me for your DJ. So I'm about to stay in your face until you remember me because I want you to hire me. I want you to support me. I want you to buy me. Guess what I do with my money, though? I give back. You dig what I'm saying? I help other people with the money. I got a purpose and a plan for this. This ain't just for that. You dig what I'm saying? And in order to compete with this business, you have to be a brand. Like sister said, you have to be a brand, but your heart has to be pure. Hey, Courtney, I just got to let you know something real quick while you on the show. This guy right here, he says, stay pure at heart. This guy, I'm not for sure if he's from Chicago or wherever he's from. He got fired. He caught wind of my podcast and he's been watching me for probably like about 2 weeks, maybe more than that. I do not know. I just want to say on my platform in front of everybody, I love you and I'm grateful. You have sent me some videos in these last weeks that has spoke completely to my heart as if God was like, okay, show him this, remind him of this. And a lot of times this week, I've been grounded and rooted because of you. You know what I mean? I don't know where you at, but bro, we probably need to meet. We need to break bread. I don't know. We crossed paths for a reason, man. And I just want to say, man, I shout you out. I salute you. And ever since you jumped on my page and now you be in my inbox, man, it ain't been nothing but love. Super positive, man. And them videos that you've been sending me, man, I get stuff out of. Because for a minute, I was just thinking like, why is he steadily sending me this? Why is he? And so then I get to checking them out. And then what Blake's was talking about, it was something that I was going through. And you did it to me like 3 times. So you know that's the number of confirmation. So I know that. So I just had to give it to you. You said, bro, I'm from the town. Have we met? Cause I can't remember where we met or do we know each other? How do we know each other, bro? I just don't know. But what you sent me this week, man, was important and I needed it. And I just had to tell people that because you never know when God is placing people in your life, man. I just wanted to shout you out, bro. For real, for real. It was 3 of them and they meant something. I got to finish this real quick. Remember, relinquish control. Once you find out you done did something or you ain't being real with yourself and you being fake, it ain't the end of the world. You ain't the only person. Look at Peter. Peter did the same thing. He's sitting up there rocking with Jesus, and you dig what I'm saying? The dude was coming to arrest Jesus, took his sword off and cut the man's ear off. You dig what I'm saying? But then a few minutes later, they was like, "Wasn't you with the Lord?" I don't know him. 3 times. He was like, I don't know him. Even started cussing like he didn't even know Jesus. So you can't talk about you're not going to be fake. You just got to say when it happens, when you embarrassed by it, when it breaks you down, and when you turn around and you tuck your tail or you hide your face, when your upset come. It might not be as detrimental as mine was, like going to prison for that. But guess what? Everybody got some funk. I don't care if it wasn't nothing but some dudes ran a train on you, or you done slept with somebody's man and she your friend, or you done slept with one of your guys' wife. I mean, man, people out here do some bogus stuff. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like nobody ain't out here being funky and fake. Everybody got a flaw. So when it happens, relinquish control. Stop trying to impress people and stop doing things and make that change, man. I don't care what nobody thinks. Make that change, right? Silence. Number 4. Sometimes it's cool to be just to shut up. Sometimes you don't always have to tell people off. You ain't always got to tell people your mind. You ain't always got, oh man, I tell him what's on my mind. Just because you tell people what's on your mind don't mean that you know the right words to say. Sometimes you need to be humble and be quiet and oversess. Like, check the whole situation out. Think about it. Pray about it. How the situation made you feel. Stop tearing down friendships and families, and you know what I mean. You never know when your words might hit like a brick to somebody because you think like, oh, I gotta tell them what's on my mind, or I gotta get this off my chest, or I ain't no punk. You ain't gonna just say what you want to say to me. Somebody you think might have hurt your feelings and you done took something the wrong way. Somebody come and give you some information that ain't even true. Next thing you know, you feel like you got to go cuss this person out, or you got to talk down to this person. Start checking yourself, man, about your mouth. Your mouth is not all the ways right all the time. Be silent sometimes. Pray over what you're about to say. Make sure your words are seasoned with salt. Make sure that your words, and even if you feel like you got to go to somebody and correct them, what's wrong with being humble and going to them like, listen, man, okay, when you said this, I took it like this. Now, I thought that we was cool. I felt like we was friends. Like, is that a shot to me? Because my feelings is hurt. I felt the way. I just want to come to you personally so we can have a one-on-one. Let's rap about this. You ain't got to come to this. Oh, mother effer. Man, you said this and that. You ain't no friend and you ain't no man. And then go back and tell somebody else some other business that they did. Next thing you know, you done tore down some family secrets. You done hurt somebody's feelings or somebody's heart. And now they are. That is not being true. That ain't the truth just because you can go spill somebody's business, man. Sometimes you got to, man, pray for what you say. What you say, sis? You said, bro, I recently went through that. What you were saying, I got upset and hurt bad about a situation. You know what I mean? I try to tell you, it'll be him talking a lot of times. Y'all think I just be coming on here trying to show up. This ain't nothing just to be doing it, just to have people. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I got to explain that to you in another time. Self-awareness. This is real cool. Um, if something or someone makes you feel a certain way or makes you feel a way, and you and your feelings about the way that they make you feel, pause and peep out your surroundings. Peep out your surroundings and listen to people. Man, I'm really good at that. Since I don't drink now, man, don't you know it's so cool to just be quiet? I gotta pour like one more time. Like, listen, sometimes it's so cool just to be quiet and just kind of listen to people. Sometimes people tell on themselves. Sometimes people, they'll tell on themselves and they'll tell you who they are. They'll expose themselves, especially like if they smoking and ain't drinking. Sit back and just peep out the scenery sometimes. Check out your situations and your surroundings. Make a self assessment and be self aware about people around you, who you riding with, how they act when they get off liquor, how they get when they smoke a little bit of weed or when they get in front of people. Are they trying to show out? Are they always trying to be boastful and proud? Do they always try to cut you down when they're around somebody else to make themselves look good? When you start making them self awareness and self assessment checks, like of your situations and your surrounding, which by the way, being sober is dope. I don't care what you're talking about. Being sober, man, I save so much money and I'm so cool. I know when to get out the way. I know when to move around. I don't care nothing about coming home by myself, jumping in the bed by myself. It's the best. I believe in you. When I say I'm a loner, I love it. But listen, guess what it gives you the chance to do? Cut people off. If this is how you are when you drink, this is how you are when you smoke, or you don't save money, or you ain't on nothing. You dig what I'm saying? You start peeping out and how this. All right, it's time for me to get away from around you because I already see right now you ain't about the best, you ain't about the right, and you ain't beneficial for my life. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this right here. Um, I'm not really rocking and hanging with people that ain't beneficial. I know that I'm beneficial as a friend. You dig what I'm saying? Because I know we're gonna have a positive conversation. I'm gonna try to encourage you as best as I can, especially if you're going through something, especially like if you bounce back, I'm definitely gonna say something encouraging to you. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to help you. You know what I mean? As much as I can. The only thing I just don't like is when like people think that they can spend their money on like drugs and or weed or like liquor and then think you can borrow mine. You can't borrow mine. If you take your money and you buy weed, that's where your money went. You dig what I'm saying? I don't feel like I should loan you nothing because that's where your bread went. You dig what I'm saying? And that's one of my truths. I feel like that. So don't you can be mad at me if you want to, but so what? That's my self-assessment on life. I just don't feel like I should loan you nothing because you're not properly spending your money in the correct manner that you should. And therefore you took your money and you went to the weed man. So next time you need a loan, you got to go to the weed man. You got to ask him like, hey, can I get some of that back? Because I didn't calculate my bills the right way. I needed gas for the rest of this week. I needed lunch money and I gave it to you. I probably should have got like a joint. I should have got enough for like a joint. You shouldn't have bought no quarter. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes you outside of your means. Ask him, do he sell nicks? Try to get you something for the 5. You dig what I'm saying? And then take that and try to stretch it. Because if you smoke weed or you buy like multiple bottles of liquor, if I come to your spot and I see you with a fifth or like pints or like Crown, Douce, Remy, you can't borrow my money. You dig what I'm saying? You got to go back to the Arab and ask them because I can't let you get mine like that. I work hard for my bread, for real, for real. I'm telling you, I miss sleep. I cut hair. My feet be hurting and stuff like that. I just ain't gonna. I'm not finna loan you mine. You know, turn up for Christ and burn up for life. But besides that, I will help you. All right, now listen to this: the abandonment of fear. You got to stop worrying about what people think about you. You know what I mean? Stop worrying about what people think about you. Uh, People hated on Jesus, and I know that's cliche because we didn't said that before. But this man came to save the earth. He come healing. He come down here healing people. People are seeing. He done gave the blind their eyesight back. People that's got limbs that's been limping, handicapped that ain't walked their whole entire life. They come holler at Jesus. They get up and walk. And you mad at him? How you gonna be mad at him? I just like, man. I remember when we was young, man. Stevie and them, the Hodgeses. One of the biggest drug dealers I ever seen, man, was their cousin Cleo, and he was from Chicago. And when Cleo used to show up, man, the man had a Benz. I remember that man had a fat, like nice gold rope with the United States, and it had like a diamond. And it probably had to be like right in the American thing, probably right there where Chicago was at. But I still remember his haircuts. I still remember the way that he talked because when I used to see him on the block, he was so smooth. But don't you know, like if the ice cream truck pulled up, Cleo flooded the whole block with ice cream. You know what I mean? And it was like Gus was like my little best friend back during that time. But I'm just talking about we used to be out on Seven Deuce, and I remember him coming out there and seeing Ronnie, seeing Stevie's mom, and then they had some other family members that was kind of close down to our crib. But when he pulled up, I remember the ice cream truck stopping one time, and all the kids that was out there, man, he was like, man, he stood by the ice cream truck and told the ice cream man like, give everybody what they getting, and then pulled out a knot so big and peeled him off, and it was just like, phew, I don't know what he do. You know what I'm saying? I went up like 12 or 13. You know what I mean? We hadn't really seen what, crack was doing at that time. But I was like, I don't know what fam do, but damn. Moral of the story is this. People are going to hate you, and you can be doing the best that you can do. You could be showing the black love. Now, I'm not glorifying his story of just being a drug dealer, but I'm just glorifying his act of kindness, saying that, okay, when you see somebody doing good, people will still hate on you because I think something happened to him where he got murdered, and that probably could have been over money or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak on that, but I just remember his acts of kindness when he used to hit the block and having big money. I used to do the same thing. I used to feed the block. I would feed the block. I would go to McDonald's to the dollar menu. I would buy like 50 burgers and 50 fries. Make sure the kids and the ladies eat first, and then boom, rest of us used to get down with burgers. Me and Silky, we done did that multiple times. Then we always bought a fifth, and then we always bought 18 packs. Feed the block and get the block drunk. Why am I saying this? You're still gonna be hated on. I don't care what your acts of kindness are, no matter how good you are in your heart, no matter what you do, somebody is gonna hate on you. You dig what I'm saying? And so lose that fear factor to the point where you feel like, you know what I mean, you are, you know what I mean, like you people pleasing and you feeling like, all right, um, they shouldn't hate me. They shouldn't talk about me. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna go through it. You're gonna go through it. Somebody is gonna hate on you. Somebody is not gonna like what you're doing. Somebody is gonna be mad at what you're doing. You dig what I'm saying? And so you're gonna have to lose that abandonment of fear. You know what I mean? There was only one person on earth that was righteous, and that's Jesus. You dig what I'm saying? And so everybody else, you suspect. You can get it. And so those are just like some things that he was just saying. Like, so if you want to be truthful about yourself, he was just like, listen, be acceptance of who you are, be vulnerable, relinquish control. When you fall, get back up, be silent sometimes. Being truthful ain't always trying to tell everybody your truth or talking all the time. You ain't always got to talk all the time. Self-awareness, peep out your surroundings, peep out people who you're around with. If they ain't right for you, cut people off, get them out your circle. And then other that, abandon fear. You dig what I'm saying? Stop being scared of what people gonna say about you and live your truth and walk in your truth, man. If you ain't got it like that, stop buying Jordans. You ain't got to go out and go buy no damn Jordans just because you going out to the club. You ain't got the money. You got to pay your rent. Stop playing all the time. I'm saying, man, that's how I be going down. But at the end of the day, man, the reality of truth is like you can be fake if you want to. You can live out here and you can stay in it, but you're gonna die in it. You dig what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna do nothing but burn up a bunch of relationships. You're gonna burn up a bunch of friendships, and at the end of the day, you got to deal with it. Guess what? Your kids got to deal with it too. So try your best to just be real. But one thing about it, get you a real relationship with God. Get you a real relationship with God and figure out the truth about that situation, because you don't want to die and leave this planet. Then all of a sudden you got to look at him in the face and you sit up here talking like crazy about this and that. That's what he gonna say. Bear told you on the Bear Truth. But that's it, man. So Sunday I'm gonna probably come back and do something. Nikita Wiseman funeral is gonna be tomorrow, man. So if anybody remember Nikita Wiseman, his funeral is gonna be tomorrow. That's gonna be sad. I don't know what time it's gonna be, but I'm still gonna honor him and my cousin Brandon as soon as I get these pics, and when they get done doing their thing, I'm gonna do that. But listen, man, I'm gonna chop it up with y'all like on Sunday. We're gonna figure out something else to talk about. If y'all want to do a part 2, somebody want to be on here as a guest, jump in my inbox or holler at me. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Bear truth. Peace.